Welcome to a short tutorial video to help you get started with the new iSolved system here at Lake County Government. iSolved is what we're going to be using going forward for our human capital management software. This will include all of our employment records as well as our benefits enrollment and going forward in 2019 our timekeeping and payroll. So to get set up for a new employee as well as an existing employee here at Lake County Government who is entering the system for the first time, you will have received an email from us here at the Lake County Human Resources Office with your initial logon. You'll click this link, and once you click it, you'll be prompted to set up a password as well as a security question to get you into the system. Once you've done that, you will be entered into the new iSolved system, which I will enter into right now. This will have you go through all of the prompts to set you up as an employee in the iSolved system. So first, you'll hit the next button, which will take you to the first screen. You're going to be entering all of your employment information for you as a person. So this first section is you, the employee, and your name. So your first name, your middle name, and your last name. You can also enter any prefix or suffix, as well as your address as an employee. So because this is a test scenario, we've entered it in as Lake County as the name, and their middle name is Panther, and their address is 505 Harrison Avenue here at the courthouse. Once you enter a zip code, it is going to pre-fill what city and state that is in. Once you've done that, hit the next button, and that is going to progress you forward. This is your other employment data. So your social security number, your marital status, your date of birth, your home number, as well as any mobile number and your personal email. The personal email is used so that you can access your information here in the iSolved system. If you would ever leave employment at Lake County Government, make sure that you have a good email in there for your personal email address, and you'll be able to enter that information in perpetuity. So we'll enter some information in here for our Lake County person. And if you put something in an incorrect format, it's going to tell you. So here it is not liking my dashes. We're going to say this person is single and give them a birth date. Phone number. And sometimes the mobile number is the same as the home number, so that can be listed twice. And then enter an email address for them. So it's saying that it does not like the social. And that's most likely because it's a fictitious one. Okay, so we were able to prompt it through. Now it wants a valid birth date. And see how when you picked a date in there, it put slashes in? So that's the format the birth date has to take. And we'll back that up a few years. So once that information is entered, you hit next again. And now this is going to take you to your EEO and veterans filing information. If you have veterans information, it's going to prompt you to add in your active duty separation date, as well as any other information that is applicable to you in this section. So here it is going to enter your information for the completion of your I-9 form. We will be running everyone through the system again to make sure that we have the most current information in. So it has taken my information from prior forms and filled in my last name as County, my first name is Lake, and my middle initial is P for Panther. It has entered my birth date as well as my social security number, my email address, and my phone number, and my address is already complete. What you'll need to do in this section is select your citizenship type, and then you're going to need to electronically sign. So in order to do this, you have to enter your name as it is above. So that's going to be first name, middle initial, and then last name. It's going to autofill the date, and then you hit sign form. You're going to get an acknowledgement screen asking you to acknowledge this information. Once you've done that, it's going to fill out a completed I-9 form for you. Now you're going to complete your W-4 form for your tax withholding. You're going to do your federal form, and you're going to say that you're a Colorado resident. If any of these upper questions are applicable to you, please mark them. And so we're going to start the federal W-4 filing. You're going to pick your filing status, so single, married, but withholding at a single rate, or non-resident alien. It's going to ask you if you are exempt from federal tax withholdings. It's going to ask you if you would like to complete a personal allowance worksheet. If you select yes, so that's going to open up the worksheets that are typically on the back pages of the W-4 to help you figure out what your personal allowances may be. So that's the number that you would put for your withholding status, as well as any additional money you might like to set aside. If you don't want to complete the worksheets, then you can press no. And that's going to enter, prompt you to enter your number of allowances and any additional withholdings you would like from your paycheck. If you do not want any additional withholdings, you have to press 0 into that space. So that is going to electronically fill out your form. And to sign it, you click the button up here, and then you are prompted to enter the last 4 of your social security number. So once you've done that, you continue, and it's going to ask you if you are a non-resident of the state of Colorado. If you currently live in Colorado and you're going to be filing in Colorado, do not click that. Hit the none of the above, and that will prompt you into the Colorado tax withholding form. So you hit start. If you would like those values to be the exact same as your federal withholding, select yes. If you would like those values to be something different than your federal form, hit no. By hitting no, that will prompt you to make different selections than what you selected on your form. So I'm going to go ahead and do that just so you guys have a reference for that. If you would hit yes, it would put your values through the exact same that you had on the federal form. So on this one, I'm also going to say that Lake County is single. They are not exempt from Colorado withholdings. I am not going to do the allowance worksheet. I am still going to claim 0, but on this one, I would like $20 extra withheld from the check. So once again, it's going to pull up a copy of that form for you to review to make sure that it has gotten everything in there correctly for us. You are going to be prompted to enter the last 4 of your social to sign. Click the above statement box that you are acknowledging that this is correct and true and complete, and submit your form. So once you've done that, click finish. Your federal and Colorado forms are both done at that point. So you can proceed. with the next button. This is going to prompt you to add your emergency contacts. We're asking that you add 2 emergency contacts to your system here at Lake County Government. To do that, you are going to hit and add the new contact, and that is going to open these fields down here for you to use. If you are going to use this emergency contact as a beneficiary or dependent, make sure that you fill out your social security and birth date information for them. This will save you time adding them as a dependent or a beneficiary if you would be completing the benefits enrollment portion of a system online update. So for your emergency contact information, it's going to ask you for name, last name, as well as the relationship and their call order. You're going to have the opportunity to list their home number, mobile number, or office number, as well as an email address for that person. If you are adding them as a dependent or beneficiary, you would select those options from the menu. And that's where down in this section you would be prompted to enter a social security number for that person, as well as their birth date and their gender. So once you have that, you hit save. I am only going to be entering 1 into the system, but it shows you up here that you've entered a person. We are asking that you enter 2 emergency contacts. So to add the second person, you would just hit the add new again and add the information for a second person. But to save some time in this demo video, I'm going to go ahead and proceed to the next option. This is adding your direct deposit information. So you are going to, once again, add new. You have the status type, so you want this to be an active direct deposit. Your account type, so is this a checking, a pre-card savings, a pre-card checking, or a regular savings? What order would you like this to happen in? So if you have multiple direct deposits that you would like to have, what is the sequence? So this would be in the first position. You can have this happen at a variety of different frequencies. So we're going to say that this one happens every paycheck, and we want it to be 100% of our paycheck. Now this is important if you would like it to split between multiple different accounts. You have the option of splitting by amount or percentage, as well as the frequency that happens. So you can have it so that every paycheck, 25% of it goes into a savings account, or you can have it set up where every 4th paycheck, a certain percentage hits a different account. So you'll be prompted to enter a routing number and an account number, as well as a description. So this is a way for you to quickly identify which account you have set up. So a good way is the name of the institution, or if you have multiple accounts within your household, how you have those internally labeled for yourself. So I am not going to enter direct deposit information today. So if you are skipping this part, don't enter anything. Make sure that there's nothing in there and hit next. If you do add direct deposit, hit the add button, fill out everything, and make sure that you hit the save button. So once the direct deposit is completed, you can proceed forward. This is all of the miscellaneous information that we will be collecting from you. So if you know your work email address or you have one, make sure that you enter that into there. Some of our departments have different email addresses than the standard co.lake@co.us. Go ahead and enter those into the system. Your vehicle license plate number, if you're going to be parking at our county buildings on a routine basis, make sure that you fill in your license plate number so that we can readily identify that you are a county employee if there is ever an issue. And your preferred shirt size, this will be used if your department ever orders articles of clothing for you guys. So I'm going to quickly fill these out. We are also asking where you are most likely to be located in the event of an emergency other than your residence. This is so that in the event of a county emergency, if you are not at home, we have another plausible place to locate you. You'll also be asked what is the nearest cross streets to your residence. Once again, that is for an emergency planning initiative we're undertaking here at the county. We want to make sure that in the event of an emergency that we can find all of our employees as quickly as possible. So the cross streets of your residence allow us from an emergency management standpoint to more quickly locate and group our employees into certain quadrants within the county. You'll be asked if you speak any languages, if you have any unique skills, as well as your physician's name and number, and if you have any allergies that we should be aware of. We are also asking if there is any important medical information we need to relay to a paramedic, that you fill that in. And then your blood type, if you have it, you can fill that in. But if you are a sheriff's office employee, we are asking that you most definitely complete that field. Below that is also a department issued firearm area. If you work for the sheriff's office, make sure that you are filling in that section with your department issued firearm serial number. Finally is the preferred method of contact. So if we are trying to get a hold of you, how is the easiest way to reach you? So your options are mobile phone, home phone, text message, or email. So once this section is complete, you can hit next and update. You'll be prompted here to review our county handbook. Once you have reviewed the county handbook, you can click here to pull it up in its entirety. Once you have reviewed it and opened it, you can go in and electronically sign it. So you will acknowledge that you have read and that you understand that document. You hit the blue button to sign the document. You confirm with an OK, and it is going to say that you have signed our county handbook. So the last step is to confirm that all of your information that you have entered on the prior tabs is correct. Once you have confirmed that that information is correct, you hit submit, and that will prompt you to either close out the screen if you choose, or you can print a record of everything that you've done today. So once you have completed the onboarding wizard, we will get a statement on our side in Human Resources, add you to the system, and then you'll be prompted in a subsequent email to complete your benefits enrollment. If you have any questions, get a hold of us here at Lake County Human Resources at hr@co.lake onboarding.co.us. We're on the main floor of the Lake County Courthouse.